big guys.
And there's no doubt that they're not going to go for the posts. They're going to go for the corner.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I like that play. I kind of almost guarantee you they're going to maul it in. I was watching them during the warm-ups. They look really sharp, snapping into place. The throws look good. The snapping in on the binds after the throw. So we'll see what they do here. Yeah, there we go. Maul.
Oh, they're going to do it again. It's going to be a free kick.
Missed it.
When they might have clogged the tunnel there. But it's a free kick to Army nonetheless. It's a spectacular night.
Oh, I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, you could not ask for a better night. I mean, it was like we're playing in mid-April or May or something out here. It's beautiful.
It's literally like 70 degrees, slight
so
breeze.
We're going to try to run it in here. This is a strong effort. I couldn't see what that. It looked like their loose head prop. Army.
And you got the number 12 in there dancing around. That's Schmidlin for Army. And now the drive, the push. Air Force with some last-minute defense. Spinning it out now. They're going to go with the kick to the corner. And a spectacular try for the first one of the night. Goes to Army. What a play that was. Wow. There's the high jump. It's the new high five.
That's it. You got the Evel Knievel headgear out there. Love that.
Now into the posts, Army, Air Force rather, trying to recollect. What do you if you're the captain of Air Force right now? What are you saying under those posts?
Well, you need a little more pressure on the defense. You have to come up and hit them behind the line of a point of attack. So they're coming up a little bit too slow. What Army's content on just keeping it simple, pounding them on the inside, 3-pod forwards. Forwards, pods of 3, coming at them hard, and then they're willing to get it out. And when they're bringing that line of defense in tight, and that's why they were able to get away with that kick out to their winger.
Again, this is a young team for Army. You've got basically 8 sophomores in the starting lineup.
Yep.
And you've got some seasoned veterans in for Air Force, but that's a young team as well.
Yep.
And that kick is good.
Some kick.
And we got the cannon firing under the scoreboard over there, which is just adds another level.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA. Cannon's going off. Uncle Sam's going to show up soon.
Bruce Springsteen, one of your neighbors.
One of my neighbors.
Down in New Jersey,
correct.
Literally. As we get home to restart us. Army tips it back. Now looking to play again. And there's a whistle. Is that another? Okay, it's a little forward pass or tip forward, I guess. It was tip forward in the initial off the kick by a Air Force player, so it'll be a scrum down to Army. So you're questioning the line speed so far. They need to come up faster on defense.
Yeah, I mean they're soak tackling right now. You need to hit them behind the game line.
As a whistle, we'll do it again. Are you a fan, as a former prop, are you a fan of the limited resets and the talk of, limiting scrums?
No, I am not a fan.
You're not a fan. How about speeding up the game?
If it's not broke, don't fix it. How many
catchy.
years have there? I mean, you want to modify the rules for safety? I have no problem with that.
But not for the sake of speeding up the game.
No.
Okay. Here comes Army. They're looking to speed it up, and they're looking to crack that window. Great run from Heller. He's just fighting off the defender who eventually drags him down, turns and presents, and now going short side.
See, you just see Army set up again inside. Here they go. 1, 2, 3.
They're just like that. They're down in the Air Force end of the field, Brian.
Yeah.
Ball is free. Technically,
this is a penalty.
Yeah, it's just they're under duress, so they keep getting penalized. And that's what Army does to an opponent. Put him on the defensive, and there's that penalty. And it might be.
The referee wants to have a chat with the air captain.
All right, so maybe it's he's warning him about a repeated infraction. Of course, he's talking to the captain, Kyle Holm, the senior systems engineering major, graduate assignment, Space Force.
Space Force.
And again, they're going to kick to the corner.
Howie Heller on that. Nicely into touch. Looks like we're going to see probably another Army maul off the line out. I mean, if you just take a look at these games, this is a good angle right here, man. You can see how quick. Watch when they get the ball in and how quickly they snap.
There it is, right?
Bang, and there they go. They set up. That's a good, not a bad defense, but on the secondary push, it looks like Army's going to push him in. There's a try.
There's a try. Wow. Just clinical.
I mean, they're not messing around. The cadets are just like, here we are. Come get some. That's a big boy right there.
I think that was the hooker number. That might have been.
I look like it was Charlie.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was Charlie Rowlands.
Senior, number 3, tight head prop.
And I was just noticing in my notes that it's 3 seniors in the pack.
Yeah.
So 5 are underclassmen in that pack.
Yeah, the upperclassmen are in the front row, probably setting the tone.
Heller just goes to the right of the posts on that conversion. So we'll stand at 12-0, and maybe you take a little hope out of that missed conversion.
You look for any kind of thing you can to switch the tide at this point. But I remember I mentioned, Matt, before the game that you got a cross-country road trip, right, with coming from Colorado, and Army's pretty much exposed that. Whatever sand they have in the gears, Army's showing it.
All right, so at least a little bit better on the restart to corral the Army receiver as the ball goes to ground. There's only 2 deep for Air Force in that backfield as Army takes it on the outside, choosing to just pound that ball forward. A lot of support there at the breakdown instantly.
I mean, they're not even going off. They're going on the inside channel on a couple of those runs off the rucks. I mean, they're not even going out wide. They're just saying right up the middle on you.
All right, there was a decent run on the counterattack.
This is their first crack at making something happen here. Let's see what they do.
Look, spin it wide. Looks like you got a forward on the outside there. Now Air Force.
Oh, wow. That's tough.
Can't hold the ball on the ground.
It's not what you want to do in your first possession. But
well, you don't want to give it away.
No.
There's that. And Heller's in a familiar position. He's going for the corner. All right, Howie Heller, the number 10. Human geography is the major. Human geography. See, that's how he knows where his teammates are on the pitch. He's a human geography student.
That's right. That's right. He's ranked 5th in Rugby East with 47 points as well.
You say apparently. Are you questioning it?
No, it's just apparently.
There's Court Schmidlin taking a crack at the Air Force defense. Black Knights in full control early in this game. Actually, the score could be a lot worse in our 27th minute. 12-0, another penalty, and they are piling up the infractions, and a quick tap taken.
Sloppy there. And
in for the try off the quick tap. Nicely done by Isaac Gamboa.
And there goes the cannon. I have a funny feeling we're going to be hearing that cannon a lot tonight, Matt.
You hear it in my sleep.
Well, that's the team. You know, it's like the let's go back to the Yankees and the Dodgers, shall we? When you play against a good team, you make a mistake, they make you
pay for it.
Right?
You pay for it. Just for the record, you're the one that brought up the Yankees. I didn't bring him up. I didn't bring him up. That's the Yankees fan. We've known each other for a long time. It's just a little side story.
Yeah, it's a little side story.
We're kinder and gentler to each other these days.
Yeah, but I'll be having nightmares about that fifth inning the rest of my life.
All right, well, let's get it back to the rugby.
Yes, sir.
As Heller lines up another conversion attempt.
Good stuff.
Heller taking his time. Kick is up, and he sneaks it in. A great conversion from Heller, adding 2 more points and another cannon fire for us.
You're going to need a lot of, again, some gunpowder is going to be heavy. Keep the dry gunpowder. It doesn't look like Army's done here. We got 19 points up rather quickly on this Air Force team.
All right, let's see if Army can the Air Force can counterpunch. And they better do it soon. Army again just right at the breakdown, in full control. Plenty of black jerseys. Air Force trying to battle back. Now they've got 4 in the back. That's a kick that's going to have a counterattack and a counter kick. That's our first counter kick of the evening. Wise not to try to catch that. And now Army comes away with it. And a big clear out. And now a penalty advantage and a penalty called.
Yeah, that was big number 3 there. Clearing out that ruck.
Man.
Charlie Rollins, sorry.
Ends his name with a C, which has thrown us for a little bit.
He's making his presence known out here.
Does that kick just finds touch. A nice kick. Not rolling away.
So Army's coming at him pretty quick on this line out.
And now just instantly right to the middle of the pitch. Air Force playing some desperate defense, and they win a penalty. Not releasing. Army pinged. Is that their first penalty against Army? Is that pretty much? I think that's the case. And there's been a slew of penalties against Air Force, so let's see what they could do with it here. And that's going to find touch. Good kick. All right, let's see what the Air Force can do in a line out.
That's right.
Will they go high with it? Will they soar into the air?
Well, I like how these teams operate. They get to the line out, they get to the mark, they get that ball in action quick.
Oh.
And that case, they were a little too fast for their own good.
There'll be a scrum down to the Black Knights. Wind is starting to kick up a little bit.
Yep.
we're on the Hudson River. You can see Old Glory above the scoreboard when it pans over there. It's blowing right toward the middle of the pitch. And now it's died down a little bit. You know, they had some serious flooding down here, and the practice pitch has been rebuilt, but that had been all destroyed by one of the storms. But the Anderson complex is back at full capacity. And the campus is buzzing tonight because you've got 3 different sporting events going on.
There we go.
There's a boot from the number 14. He's going to want that one back because it went directly out. He wasn't behind his 22, so it's going to come back to where he kicked it.
So looking back on that set piece, man, you got Charlie, our tight head there, and he's really giving fits to the Air Force loose head at the moment.
So they went long in the line out, lucky to get away with it. Tackled in midair as they went long. Air Force showing some signs here, but there's a huge tackle. Yeah. Oh, man. Looked like number 7.
Yep.
Brock Anderson. You can call him Brick Anderson with that hit.
Boca Raton.
Here comes Air Force holding on, and they got another penalty.
Like a high tackle.
All right, so we're seeing maybe some, some shift here in favor of Air Force.
The Air Force has got to slow it down a little bit. They're just a little frantic when they get the possession. So.
All right, and that one goes into touch. Here we go.
See what I mean? This is just typical military rugby. Everybody's at the set piece.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
All right, they're lucky to collect that. Here's Dallas Wright, the number 1 loose head prop, taking it for Air Force. Couple of phases, all good. Oh, and there's a gap. Looked like Army's defender wanted to go for the pickoff attempt and decided not to, but that created a gap, and that's going to get a try for Air Force, and they are on the board.
That's all. Just a little more methodical they were, and the result was a try.
That was Alex Goff did say that Air Force could score in a hurry, that they're fast, and they just showed it there, I'll tell you. Great try from Air Force.
So you can see Air Force is a little wants to work with their on the outside a little bit more than West Point does at the moment, Matt. You know what? They're happy to get it outside quick, where West Point wants to come inside on you quickly. Soften you up, bang, outside. West Point's it's a bit of a wake-up call for them.
Yeah, I'll say. Let's see if those missed conversions come in later on in the match. This is a big conversion here. This is a lot to ask. And the kick is up, and it stays to the right of the post, but good attempt, but no go. So we have a 19-5 score in favor of the hometown Black Knights of Army. When I say town, this campus is like a town. It's like a
absolutely. It's its own city.
It's like the Vatican.
It is. The military Vatican.
It's just so cool driving around. You can get lost for hours, but it's great. Either way.
Before we came in was kicked out of bounds by Air Force. Sorry.
So it's going to up.
Oh, we got a yellow
card.
Looked like maybe a late hit. I don't have a replay on that.
Changing things. That might be Jack Reed. Is that Jack Reed, the number 14?
The man with the stars and stripe headgear is going to have to
it's
take
Jack
a 10-minute
Reed.
break.
Brian, the sophomore electrical engineering student, and this is another situation where Air Force can capitalize and maybe get back into this game further.
Yeah, you get it up. Now you got to execute.
And they're lucky again to have that, but I think that was
It's like a knocked on
by Army in that line out.
I don't believe that's intentional. This Air Force has to shore up their lineouts a little bit. Not seem to be getting it to the man that they want to.
They've got to. You saw in the national anthem, their captain with his foot in a ankle cast. So it might be a little bit of continuity in the line out.
Yep. I think that couple too, Matt. I think you have West Point tonight is looking at a lot of, you can see it's a much younger side than usual. They're definitely looking at some new upcoming talent.
Right, here's one of the rare put-ins for Seals, and they'll do it again.
There's a nice breeze out here too, Matt, keeping the boys cool. And there's also somebody cooking burgers right underneath us, and that's coming right up and hitting me in the face.
Nice. Stay focused on the match, all right? Gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. All right, here's Seals again. Scrum down to Air Force in the white. Army in the black.
That is ugly. Okay, so what happened there was dangerous play. They literally had their tight head and their loose head off the air. That is no worse place in the world than being on the other end of that.
Well, I would say maybe being the hooker when those two guys are up in the air is the worst place to be. But that's about it. Now Army with the kick failing to find touch. And that's a penalty. That's a mishap that'll haunt Air Force. Not finding touch on that penalty, turning the ball over and now having to play defense as Army kills the yellow card. But now Air Force does indeed get the ball back, and they're driving. Again, Army with a player in the sin bin, Jack Reed. But they are leading 19-5. Get that extra extension, but still the kick is tipped, it looked like. And now Army trying to take it. I guess it wasn't tipped. Play on. You know, Army's got to be perfectly content to just grind here and kill the yellow, right?
Yeah, they're what about how long? 5 minutes in now?
Not exactly sure, but there's a kick. Under it is Air Force with a chance at a counterattack. They're going on that short side and driven into touch, and it's going to be a line out. Great tackle, great defense from Army. Just using that touch line as an extra defender by just driving the ball carrier into touch, earning the line out.
Yeah, two, 3 men on the tackle as well. This is surprising.
Wow.
Just shows you the confidence they have, right, in their mauling ability. Now they have a penalty as well. You know, basically they're half field in their mauling.
That was just a drive that just went like 20 meters in an eye blink.
Right. So.
Coming in from the side, I think was the call.
I believe so, Matt.
You know, you got that gate thing, right?
Yeah, the gate thing.
There's the kick into touch. And you'll notice cars parked out right in the road there, and it's because the campus is so jammed with sporting events tonight.
Yeah, there's about 3 varsity events tonight as well as intramurals. I mean, yeah, cadets just staying in shape, running. I mean, it's like an enormous gymnasium, the whole campus.
Well, we got to credit our staff because they are the Army production team. Has these 3 different events that they're all doing simultaneously, and they're not missing a beat.
No, they're not.
And we're going to have a conversation here. Is that Holm talking to the referee? They're getting to know each other pretty well tonight.
Yeah, they're spending a lot
quite
of time.
Quite a few chats.
I'm interested to hear what he's saying to him.
It's probably something along the lines of you got to stop doing something.
Right.
And that's going to be a penalty ultimately to Army.
I believe he was leaving your feet. That was the call, and that's what he was having to talk to him about. So inside the 22, that's happened like 2 or 3 times now against Air Force. So you might see a yellow card next time, and if it's under the post, you might see even a penalty try.
And the line out taken by Army, and here they go with that maul.
You can see here, Matt, now the scrum half is calling for it, but the forwards are like, no, we got it.
We got this.
Yeah, look at it. And it might come back. Yeah, here it comes. Nope.
Good defense. Up fast as Air Force. But now just driving inches away from that line.
And you see how low these Army cadets are coming in. I mean, they're literally, some of them one hand on the ground as they're running, some of them.
Yeah, they're very familiar with this part of the pitch. Yeah. This is business as usual for the Black Knights. And they're pounding that line. They're trying to get it in. Gamboa goes the other way. He tries to sneak in, doesn't fool anybody. Takes a couple of extra crawls on that ground. Air Force playing strong defense. And Army, again, still down a player. You wouldn't know it from this sequence.
It's the old pick and go. Here you really need one of your mates to latch on with you and push you in over that line.
Gamboa out to.
There you go. The one who would need it today.
And that looks like, is he short? Oh, boy. So close. Just driving. Air Force, valiant in defense.
On the posts here. Oh, it looks a little high there. No call.
Meanwhile, that yellow card is just ticking down. This is, you couldn't draw it up any better if you're Matt Sherman on how to play a man down.
Tremendous defensive effort here by Air Force.
Luke Leach, the number 4, and it's going to be a try. Who got it? We'll see who got that one, but wow. That was just an eventuality. You hear the cannon once again. Great try from Army, and what an efficient way to kill that yellow card.
It's a working man's try right there, Matt.
Little lunch pail stuff.
Yeah, nothing fancy about it. Just here I am, here you are. I'm coming straight at you every time. Tried to get it out a couple times, but then it went right back to their bread and butter.
Here's Howie Heller lining it up again. Out of Atlanta, Georgia. Kick is up. Kick is no good. By the way, we'll be down in Atlanta, Georgia next week for an MLR Combine hosted by Steve Johnson, a.k.a. Duma, out of the D.C. area. I don't know if you heard that.
No, I missed that, Matt. Sorry.
Yeah. So next week we'll be in Atlanta for an MLR Combine.
Is that right?
Yeah, Steve Johnson is out of the Washington, D.C. area, but he's putting this Combine together and in the hopes of having a Tampa franchise in MLR in 2 years, having an academy year next year. He was on MLR Weekly last week talking about it, and they're going the route of having academy players and developing a fan base for a year before they come into the league, which I think is smart. Meanwhile, there's a kick that the wind takes, and up, scrambling to keep it in play was Noah Sanchez for Army, but now Air Force takes the ball. Again, coming in from the side. So it'll be Air Force. And with under 10 minutes left in this match and Army already having accumulated 24 points, Air Force needs points now.
They absolutely do. Going into this half, you don't want to go down almost 20 points to a cadet side. Just there's a very deep hole to dig out of. And here we are at the sin bin.
There's Jack Reed.
Jack Reed.
Wearing Old Glory on the Old Glory scrum cap. And not to be confused with Old Glory DC, because Sheehy Auto Stores, who you're being confused with, is on the back of the substitutes and the other bibs. So that's from Sheehy Auto Stores.
Sheehy Autos, yes. It's a good name.
It is. So says Brian Sheehy.
So says Brian Sheehy, yeah.
All right, here's a line out. Air Force throwing it in. It's going to be Hayden Stevens, the sophomore foreign areas studies major. He spent time living in Saudi Arabia. There's a little pause there, figuring out the play. Everybody wants to be on the same page. This is a critical line out for Air Force, trailing by 19 points. And about 8 minutes left in this first half.
Aiden Beasley's a big fella. Number 7 for Air Force. He's going to be a pilot. He's going to have a tough time fitting in that plane, Matt.
It'd be like David Robinson with the Navy doing the submarines. And we got a substitution in right now. We got number 20 in for Army.
And there he is, Beasley on a carry.
And that substitute is George Hemmen in for Army.
You see the different styles, right, Matt, where they're just Air Force wants to get out wide all the time.
Yeah. And that's going to be a penalty.
Might be a yellow.
He's going to the
maybe.
It's like a hand fake.
I thought he was going for his pocket.
We both moved up here in the booth thinking he's going to the pocket.
Yeah, he's going for his pocket.
It's like he's going for his gun. So do you take the 3 here? They're going. Yeah, they're going to take the 3. Take the 3 on the road. Take the 3 on the road. Kick the ball back down. See if you can get another possession.
Well, they haven't really, haven't seen a maul from these. And once you let kick it in close, try to maul it in. That's what, as a forward, that's what I would like to see. And
you can hear in our mics the wind is kicking up a little bit.
Yeah, as soon as they decided to kick it, that flag is almost straight in the try zone, straight out in the wind. Wind's coming from right to left on this kick.
The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Paid off. Okay.
So that makes the score a little bit more amenable, I guess. If you're Air Force or accessible, you can start to see yourselves chipping away a little bit.
Yeah.
Heller will kick it off, get us restarted again. Oh, nice take by the number 12, Cole Norris, for Air Force.
So, I love too, Matt, is how quickly West Point will disengage on the defensive rucks. So you see it's not one, there's no chance of winning. They're out on the line of defense. Very disciplined.
Yeah, forward pass, a little ambitious, maybe asking too much, and you don't want to do that in your own end after just getting 3 points on the board.
Yes, sir.
Right?
No.
Youthful exuberance, Brian.
Yes, youthful exuberance.
So it'll be a scrum down to Army. They're back at full strength.
You can see here, watch this matchup over here on our near side of the camera. Number 3.
That's Wagner, Dakota.
Yeah, we'll be coming in.
Beg your pardon, Dakota Wagner.
And he's been given their loose head fits here. And it's been trickling across the rest of the front row. And the last scrum was actually Army, to the point where they had Air Force's front row literally in the air.
And blows it up right there. Little reset of the mark. Little maybe professorial advice from the referee.
I mean, look at the size of these guys. What do you think that guy is doing in the squat rack, Matt? Like 500 pounds.
Yeah, it's a piece of beef up front on both sides, both hookers. I mean, both props. Botterini and Rolanix. Yeah, Roland seems to have won that one again as they're blowing up, Brian.
Yep.
Oh, but he calls the other way. Collapsing?
I don't know. I'm confused by that call, Matt, to be honest with you.
Once a prop, always a prop.
Maybe they called the far side, the loose head, the Army's loose head for going down.
Yeah, that could have been, because it wasn't
touching
on
the knee
Roland's
down.
side.
Yep.
That was the rare occasion where one side is blown up and the other side goes down.
Yep.
Oh, good tackle from Air Force and poaching the ball in the tackle. Air Force suddenly with some urgency. Here they come. Little pass on the outside, can't handle it, in a touch, unfortunate. Trying to do too much without the ball. Knocked on. And Griffin Anderson will wish he had that one back, the number 14. So it'll be a knock and a scrum down to Army.
It's a scrum down to Bean Point.
As we're going to let that one settle. George Hemman, the freshman, wearing number 20, he's now at flanker for Army. Trying to figure out where he was playing before. There he is right in front of us.
I mean, this is a great shot here. Scrum right underneath the camera here. That's a good scrum there by Air Force. Nice steady platform, though, for Army to get it out. A little
Army
away from the
testing that
playbook and spinning it out down the line, Matt.
Army testing that outside. Turning that corner, but now just rambling forward. That's just brute strength. And why not? They still test the outside. There's a whistle. And it's going to be, was it ruled forward and a scrum down? Knock on and a scrum down to Air Force. Again, this is for the Commander-in-Chief Trophy, which Navy has claimed, if I'm not mistaken, after having beaten both Air Force and Army. They beat Army down at Annapolis. I think the score was 32-5. You can check that. And Air Force here at West Point.
Seems like things have settled down in a set piece there a little bit, Matt, and that's good news for Air Force.
And a kick deep into Army territory. And we're back for our second half at the Anderson Sports Complex here on the campus of West Point. Again, that spectacular setting. And I'm here with Brian Sheehy. My name is Matt McCarthy. The score is Army 29, Air Force 8. And Brian Sheehy, it was all Army in that first half pretty much.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, they dominated from the kickoff. They came in, they played Army rugby, very simple, strong, mano-a-mano, up the middle. They were going to test you with their forwards. You knew they were. And as soon as they softened up the inside defense on Air Force, bang, the outside, scored the try. They were convincing on all their set pieces. Their scrummaging was dominant. Their lineouts were dominant. They were running mauls in at will. So it's going to be a big hole for Air Force to dig out of right now. And as you know, that cannon goes off every time Army scores. I got a feeling we're going to be hearing that cannon a lot this half, Matt.
All right, so if you're the head coach, Denny Meredith of Air Force, what do you say in the locker room?
Well, I said, look, let's play our game. They can't compete with Army's inside. They don't have that beef that Army has. You have to play to your talent, which is their speed. But they can't rush. They're getting too nervous when they get the ball. They need to slow it down and play their game. Get it outside, get it out to their fast guys, and that's how they scored their try. And then they didn't even have enough confidence to give it to their forwards. Instead, they went for points. So they just have to get back. But they better get on early, or West Point's going to put them to sleep.
Yeah, right now it's a 21-point lead. Army in complete control. You got to come out and throw the kitchen sink at them.
Yeah, you got to answer here. You got. I mean, this tall 3 converted tries. Yeah, you're back in, but.
And the penalties, a penalty for Air Force in that first 20 minutes.
Right, and as we said earlier, Matt, anytime you play a top-tier team like Army, either they're 6th in the nation, you make a mistake, it's almost guaranteed they're going to get points off your mistakes.
Indeed. All right, we're getting underway. Heller, who had a nice first half with kicking. I beg your pardon. Yeah, that's Heller. He gets us started. And Air Force playing out of their own end. That's a good clearing kick. That'll find
smart play.
Yeah.
Smart play. You don't want to kick it out of your own end.
A little bit of a knuckleball does the job. And we got a shot of the team buses and the Hudson River behind them.
This is just, I love this style of rugby where they come into every time they have a line out, I mean, they're catching the Air Force,
napping.
Yeah, taking a nap. Look at this. Again.
Off the backside. Who's it going to be this time for Army? Great tackle. Does he have enough to stretch? And is the follow no good? What a tackle. Coming back by Air Force after the big break.
So Air Force trying to shut down the inside channels on them right now. And they go outside. That looked like a try to me. Yep.
That's a try, yeah. So there's the conversion. It was initially Bottarini that came roaring down. And then Rollins finishes it off. A couple of props. How about the mobility of those props?
they're fast and they're strong. It's a tough combination to beat up.
Man.
But did you see what I mean, Matt? Like the lineouts, they set them up lightning fast.
Yeah.
They're off and away, and
Air Force
has
blinked.
their hands on their knees, and then they break it out on the short side of the field and take one in.
To be fair, Air Force doesn't get as much time together as Army does. But you're right. I mean, those are things that you can see as a trend, and you say, okay, hey guys, there's a line out. You better be the first ones there and ready to go.
All right, and when you're part of a unit when you're in this program. You're meaning so you have someone come in. It's not like another player. It's like it's just another piece to the machine. You know what I mean, Matt? So there's no doubt what that guy has to do when he comes in.
Right. Holm gets us started again. That's a knock on and a scrum down to Army. And you can see the frustration from the scrum half. Isaiah Seals for Air Force. And, you know, they've got to be feeling that throughout the lineup. You don't want to have those unforced errors on top of penalties when you're trying to play against a team of this caliber.
Right. You have to play your best mistake-free rugby to even stay in the same ballpark with these guys.
All right, so now Gamboa, the sophomore organizational psychology, organizational psychology major. We'll put it in.
Gotta love that chant that the West Point cadets say every time there's a scrum down. I don't know what they're saying, but it's firing up their scrum. We got a knockdown, another scrum down, this time to Air Force.
So here's an opportunity for Air Force to start to, edge their way back into the game. If you get a try here, you got 15, it's 36-15, then you get another one, and then you get another one, and then you're right back in it.
Yeah.
No, but, these are things to build on as a program, too. So if you have a good second half in this match now and you can come out here on the road and perform well, that's a good thing for the organization.
Exactly. You're one of these guys coming in with a clean uniform in the second half. You really want to put a flag in the ground for your time on this team. So
you want to get that kit dirty. You want to get grass stains on it.
You want to get grass. You
yeah.
Want that uniform dirty
and
real quick.
We got real grass here, too, which is
that's right.
Something of a lost art.
That's a good scrum there by Air Force. Off again. They're going outside every time. That's what they do.
And there's a sea of black jerseys on defense.
Correct.
Strung out right across. Left to right.
It looks like here they're going to, no, again.
You're not breaking those tackles. You got to maybe chip one over them. Keep them honest. There's a ball spilled in contact. It goes backwards, and it's claimed by Army. Some fancy footwork from the big fella. Oh, that might be offside.
That was kicked forward.
Yeah. The series of knock-ons. Yep.
It'll be a scrum down to Air Force.
But Brian, how about the footwork from Jacob Botterini, the number one, the loose head prop, dancing like, I don't know, Fred Astaire meets Michael Jackson meets
right. Well, Matt,
Usher.
That a loose head prop is a wannabe loose forward. You know that,
of
right?
course, yeah. Well,
so usually, all kidding aside, your loose head prop is usually the more faster foot of your front rows.
Of course, my colleague here next to me was a loose head prop. once a loose head prop, always a loose head prop. As Seals puts it in on the scrum down for Air Force.
And he's doing a fair number on his tight head, but again, seems like both sides are just content on setting a platform.
Nice look on the outside, but it's going to trickle into touch.
Sloppy.
And that now they did the quick line out.
Yeah, again, they're just.
And look, everybody's set.
Taking naps.
You got to at least get down there and call timeout. Slow them down. Timeouts are not allowed in rugby, but you can get away with one or two during the course of a match and have the other team yell at you and not throw it in.
See, there's a little un-Army like you see how many guys they have committed now to the Rucks. It's a little too many.
Un-Army-ish?
Un-Army-ish, yeah.
Un-Army-ish.
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe they're opening it up a little bit. Why not?
Yeah.
And there's untouched into the open. Wow, what a try this is going to be. And leaping for the final effect. Wow. What a try from Noah Sanchez. The sophomore international history major, streaking from the fullback position, untouched, unscathed into the try zone.
Yeah, Matt, looks like Army has a little change of strategy. They showed them they could beat them on the inside with the big guys. Now they're showing their speed on the outside on their back line.
Who's going to get tired first? Is it going to be Heller kicking conversions or the guy operating the cannon?
I think the guy operating the cannon is probably
he's got to be gassed.
He can't hear by anything.
What? They just nudge him at this point.
Yeah, yeah. His arm's getting tired from pulling on the cannon.
I knew we should have invested in those.
Here comes the old milk train, Matt.
As Heller kicks into the milk train, and he splits the uprights, no problem.
Another one. Woo, this crowd's getting loud out here. Smelling that victory, only 32 minutes away. They're feeling it here in West Point tonight.
So, Brian, as this game unfolds further, you are tasked with coming up with the player of the match. So, you know, I know what you're typically going to do. I just know what you're going to do. Try not to be so cliche. As the restart does not go 10 meters, adding insult to injury for Air Force, they turn it over, and there'll be a scrum down at midfield to Army.
See, these little meetings like this, Matt, I love that. See, all these teams are doing this now. They're all doing this breath. It's not breath work, but they're really tapping into their cardio aspect of the game.
And
I mean, that little drill right there, you'd be surprised as an athlete how much quickly that snaps you in and dials you in.
Plus, you're also looking around and immediately and seeing, okay, who's got a vacant look and who's got a present look.
Right. You know, right? Yeah. You're forced to dial each other in.
We played with a lot of vacant looks in our day. All right, that dribbles out the back, but it's going to be it looked like he dropped it on the transfer from the pass, but play on, says the referee, and it's a kick into touch. It'll be a line out to Air Force.
Let's see if Air Force returns with the quick play that Army's been giving them. Right now, it doesn't look like it's so. What? I could be wrong.
Not you, pal. Here's Hayden Stevens with the throw-in for Air Force. Foreign area studies. Again, we said he spent time in Saudi Arabia.
See, like they to the front of the line out. See these single lifts, Matt?
Yeah.
They cause chaos in the lineouts. Single man lift.
Yeah, because you can't, if you have the ability to do a single man lift, then you can pretty much fake it with everybody else.
Right. You're freeing up the back of your lineout to recover sloppy ball. It's just a nasty weapon when teams use it.
All right, as a side note, you're seeing number 9 for Army, Isaac Gamboa, pointing out to his back line and letting him know that he's coming that way. Or he might be a fake just for us up in the broadcast booth. That's if indeed he turns it over. But I think that they're confident enough that they're going to put Air Force under duress enough to turn the ball over. So they're a couple of steps ahead.
I think the referee's giving a little scrumology down there, Matt.
Yeah. You know, and on the college level, right, I think it's okay for referees to not penalize everything and maybe give a little explanation, give you a breath, a moment.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, a lot of times they're looking at they're coming at it from a safety point of view. So you can never fault the ref for slowing it down because he sees something dangerous going on.
All right, Seals puts it in for Air Force. You can see those two teams coming together. Air Force held it well that time, and the kick comes right on. So, whoa!
That was almost in a lap.
I noticed neither one of us went to try to catch it. Whoa! All right, here's the lineup. By the way, my goddaughter is in attendance on crutches with hip surgery, and you know her better than I do because you're her dad.
Yes, I would say I know her better.
Yeah, so
but she's a real gamer coming up here tonight, Matt, to see the cadets play Air Force, crutches and all. She's a big rugby fan.
She takes after her father because when asked how she broke her hip, she's not sure.
Right.
How are you not sure how you broke your hip?
Hey, things break, Matt.
Things break. All right, here's the line out for Army. Dakota Wagner, defense and strategic studies major out of Palm Coast, Florida.
Beautiful. See that? Okay. Separated them from their men.
And that's a former Army football player that threw that one in, Brian.
We'll get to the Army football in a minute, Matt.
Well, we got some rugby football going on right now.
Correct.
Oh, nice move back inside. Stretching for some more meters. Gamboa fishes it out. Army crunching forward.
So, Matt, as you can see, there's a lot of substitutions been made this half. But if you notice, they're playing the same style of rugby. They're all coming in. They all know their job. 3 guys, pod. They're setting it up. It's the same story.
That's been pretty much the Matt Sherman mantra: is one goes down, one comes up.
That's it.
And you can see streaking backward to get back into position. Interesting way to do that. Not even looking back, just bolting back the other way, not looking over his shoulder.
Serious overload out here.
Oh, it's picked off! It's picked off! What a play by Court Schmidlin. And he's got it back in his hands again. Nice dish. Here comes one of the loosies. And now Army just really going for that try line once again. Air Force desperate on defense. Just inching forward, inching forward. Who's going to get it this time?
So what you're really looking for here, Matt, is you want to see a forward crash with one of his mates latched onto his hip. Looked like they might have turned it over here, and they did.
Air Force turned it over. Wow. 43-8.
This way, I would just be looking to kick it right out of here if I was Air Force. Yep.
They're just trying to get some more clearance area.
Now they got plenty of room. They should. Okay. Here's a better chance to clear.
This might come right to us, Brian.
Yeah. A little lower on that.
All right, but it did the job for Air Force, avoiding another try against.
Again, I'm always a stickler about set pieces, but look at any other matches. Look how fast these guys are set up, ready to go. This is such a military thing. When these guys they're just not about. That wasn't.
Messy ball off the back of that line out, taken by Army.
Smart ball, smart.
And mark called.
That's puzzling.
He had some room to counterattack and maybe just kick it. Perhaps he thought there was more pressure than it was. There goes a line drive. All right, so he picked up 25, 35 meters on the play. But you gave possession away, and you're near midfield.
So it looks like West Point's rolling in some more subs.
Taking off that Sheehy Auto Stores bib.
The Sheehy Auto.
It's easy at Sheehy. Full disclosure, I have a Sheehy Auto Stars car.
All kidding aside, Matt, he is a mate of yours. He's one of the biggest friends of rugby on the East Coast, with no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always sponsoring tournaments, games, events. He's a very good guy. I know he's a dear friend of yours.
It's Paul Sheehy, and you are spot on.
Yeah.
Supporting rugby across the country. As Army now on defense. A little bobble by Air Force, but they hold on to it and spring forward. Seals digs it out. Just really big collisions from some of these guys, even late in the game. Air Force, no quitting them. They keep coming. They keep coming. They keep coming. They've been repelled pretty much the entire night by Army's defense.
Even when they do go to their forwards, Matt, you can see they're always looking to spread the pitch out. They're not as tight as north and south as West Point is with that. That was an exception.
Some of the Air Force players, we haven't had an opportunity to call their names out. Like I'm looking at Cole Norris, the number 11. He hasn't been. They haven't gotten the ball to him. It's just
right.
It's got to be frustrating for the outside backs because the inside play of Army has been so strong. The best offense is a good defense, right?
That's the old adage for sure. Or like in football, Matt, you would say you would equate the inside forward play to a running game.
That's a nice burst. Yeah, you're right.
And the outside would be like equivalent of your passing game, right?
Sure. There's Cole Norris taking the ball to the ground. Home. Now looking for a crack. Anything. And a window. And there's a whistle and not rolling away.
He's
was that a high tackle?
Stopped his clock for a minute, game clock. Thought he was going to give him a yellow, but it doesn't look like he is.
That was Dylan Liskey, the number 6 junior mechanical engineering student. And we'll have a scrum down.
See, normally I would definitely want a line out in that call, but Air Force this match, more substitutions for Army. So normally I would call for, I would say a line out would be the proper call here, Matt, but Air Force has had so much trouble connecting on their throws tonight that they're more comfortable taking the scrum here.
All right, you got
Jack Reed just came off.
Yep, and you got Luke Lentfer and Quinn Long coming in. You know, it's a nice luxury right now if you're Matt Sherman and co. with Army getting players playing time. It's going to be a free kick, though, to Air Force. So I think I'm seeing a number 25 in for Air Force, but we don't have a 25 on our game sheet. It's one of those curveballs thrown at you, but here comes Air Force again. Looking for something positive, something to take back with them on a long trip back to Colorado. Oh, and it's going to be tipped forward, but that ball's still alive. You can't give up on it right away. You don't want number 15 scooting down the field again. And that would be Noah Sanchez for Army. All right, number 16 getting some applause as he comes in. That's Caleb Kavanaugh. Number 16 for Army. And jogging off after a good day at the office for Army is number 6, Dylan Liskey.
Yeah, Army pretty much empty in the bench here right now.
You getting the itch? You getting the itch to get in there? I mean, I could
as always, man.
Talk to Sherman.
That's why I don't keep cleats in my car.
But you're a Marine. You'd be playing with the Army.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's all good in rugby, though, right? There's a knock on and a scrum down again. This will be to Army. I'm sorry, they're just putting that in again.
Everybody's subbed out in the front row, and they're leaving their hooker in there.
There's your scoreboard. If you're just tuning in, it's Army on top of Air Force 43-8 with about 20 minutes left in this match.
Wagner Dakota is that hooker for Army. He transitioned to rugby in 24, former Army running back.
I think it's Dakota Wagner. I've made that mistake too. I think his first name is Dakota.
Oh, okay.
But if you're doing roll call,
well,
you're a military guy, so.
Last name, first name?
Yeah. He, Brian.
McCarthy, Matty.
All right, here we go. Army, again with the ball, with new blood. Reinforcements, if you will. Driving toward midfield. Air Force coming up flat on defense.
Hey, that wind caught that ball.
And it's caught by Army again, so they've retained possession on that wind-blown kick. Now it's Air Force. Stand corrected. There's that number 25. And he's got the red, white, and blue cap. And there's a big fella that we haven't heard from all night with a rumbling, tumbling, nice move.
There you go, big boy.
That's Dallas Wright, looking right with the ball.
That's the Army loose head.
That'll be Air Force. And after all that, we got a conversation with the referee and a yellow card to Army. See who this is.
Well, the cadets coming off. That was quite a run there, wasn't it, Matt?
That was a great run
by
from
Dallas
Wright.
Yeah. He was recruited as a football long snapper through the Air Force Academy originally.
That's Noah Sanchez that's going to the bin for Army. Interesting, you've had your 14 and your 15 in the bin for Army tonight. Yet you wouldn't know it on the scoreboard. Now Air Force looking to get into the try zone for just the second time tonight. And the ball is loose.
There you go.
Air Force finds it. Scrapping, you got to like that. They're showing a lot of life. There's pride at stake here. Just continuing to pound. Did he get it? Just shy or no, he's got it.
Offsides.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Offside is the call. See what you do here. You just do the scrum rush.
Yeah, they're just going to keep it simple.
There it is.
Oh,
and he reaches and he's got it.
He got it.
Oh,
in.
no.
What?
Hold the phone.
He originally put his arm up. He's going to go to the touch judge to see his opinion. They don't call them touch judges anymore, right, Matt?
Assistant referees.
Assistant referee. Hey.
And it looks like it's not going to be a try.
Oh.
Or it's going to be a in-goal drop. Yep. Be the in-goal drop out. And a little line drive. Here comes. Got some substitutions coming in for Air Force. Number 11, Matt Leslie comes out, and in comes.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
It's very sloppy.
Well, they collected in the end of the day. They've got that one, but they were lucky to get it. You're right.
That wasn't planned.
If Air Force can spin the ball to their left and go wide, they got a shot because they've got numbers out.
Yeah. I mean, but you see, Matt, as soon as they get out, the Army
a forward
guys
pass at best,
so
and it's
flat.
picked by Army, yeah.
On defense, they're coming up. They're just right in their face when they catch the ball.
Well, that one was just clearly intercepted, and now Army battling forward once again toward midfield. Noah sacked.
Knock on. Just
you got, great defense again from Army, just relentless.
Yep.
Doesn't matter who's in there. They don't want anybody getting into that try zone. Not without a fight.
So if you notice, when Army plays that game, right, they come on the inside, Matt. They're pounding you. It's their height of play. That's why they don't get the knock-ons. You can't hit them. When Air Force, if you see them trying to play the same game, their body height's too high, and what happens? You get hit in the belly, and that ball pops out.
You are correct, sir. All right, we got about 10 minutes left in this match. Army obviously in control. They're going to walk away with a win. Right now on top, 43-8. And it's getting a little chilly.
A little nippy, but they're supposed to go down tomorrow. Be more fall-like temperatures tomorrow, Matt.
Do you know what the humidity of the barometer will be, Brian?
No, I just didn't want you to get caught without a sweater tomorrow.
Thank you. It's light sweater weather is what you're saying.
Light, yes.
Yeah. Over the shoulder or actually wearing it?
No, I think by late afternoon it'll be wearing.
Okay.
Morning over the shoulder.
Thank you. Thank you for the advance warning. Ladies and gentlemen, loosehead props tend to be very proficient in weather forecasts. I don't know why.
Remember,
but
it's one of those, maybe because I'm Irish.
All right, here's Noah Sanchez tapping it and putting it in on his own line.
Oh,
not a lot of room.
With a little pushback.
Oh, but there's too much room on the outside, unchecked. Army rambles it forward.
You got to pin him down there if you're Air Force.
But he was just completely unchecked.
Yeah.
All right, here's Sanchez. Gamboa, I beg your pardon, kicks it.
It's like it was a box kick gone bad there, Matt.
Here's another substitution. This one's for Air Force.
Army.
Number 8 going out
No,
for
I
Air
don't know
Force.
if he's going out, Matt, or if he's going on the back line. Yeah, he's staying in the game.
All right, so Cody Lambert, the senior computer science major, is in the back line.
Man.
Large unit in that back line. And we got a new scrum half for Air Force, number 21, as the ball was taken outside in a little bit of a gap and maybe some pressure on the outside. Good tackle from Army, but he's a roll and go. Gets back up on his feet.
Air Force needs to just get that ball out, get it wide. That's the only chance they have against these guys. Get it out. Move it.
That's Ricky Corbett, the new scrum half. Well, you can hear the impact up here in the booth.
It's crushing defense.
There's that number 25 again. Don't have his name. And he has had a very good match so far tonight for Air Force.
Just gets sloppy. They can't compete inside with Army. That's the bottom line.
And that kick sails. Doesn't go into touch. Collected by Cole Norris. Sheds off one tackler. Gets it out. Army on defense now, defending their own midfield line. Air Force, those jerseys now caked in dirt and grass stains. It's going to be the Dickens to get those stains out, Brian.
Yeah, it's going to need a lot of Clorox there, Matt.
Another big collision. It was Matt Doyle taking it into contact. I beg your pardon. Kavanaugh taking it into contact. Boy, there is no shortage of big hits in contact this evening. And just out of the reach of the defender from Army, but
clock's off again.
Was it a? I'm just wondering, was he going to call it offsides or a knock on? Deliberate knock. It's going. I think it was. I think he was calling
got
a
a
knock.
yellow, a deliberate knock, I believe.
Yeah. And that is going to be our third back for Army in the sin bin tonight.
It doesn't seem like they're playing a man down, though, Matt, does it?
No, that's Quinn Long, the
30
freshman.
minutes. 30 minutes worth of yellow cards.
So you've had 3 backs. If you're a prop and you're seeing your backs going into the sin bin, you're not too happy about that.
No.
You're out there, every single play you're bang, 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 bang.
Right.
Really? You're going to do it? Yeah. Come on. We're up by a lot of points. You don't need to do that.
But if you're a prop and you buy me dinner, I'll be happy.
All right. Okay. Put it on my tab.
Okay.
All right. Here comes Army.
This is the point in the game. 5 minutes left. Okay, you're Air Force. What do you got to lose? Except just give every single ounce you have now.
And if the ball is turned over, you have to boot it down.
Right.
And have a kick chase.
Because this, as a coach, this is what I'm looking for. I'm down by what? I'm down by 35 points. How are my guys? I'm looking for some winners right there, right now. You know what I mean? You're getting your butt kicked you're down, you got 5 minutes left. How are you handling yourself now? That's a real good sign of a rugby player.
Exactly.
When
And
the chips are down. Yeah.
Here's going to be it looks like there's an injury to Army.
So as we were talking earlier, Matt, as we had this little break, a couple of football players switched over to rugby. But how about this West Point football team this year? I mean, 7-0.
Yeah.
Ranked 21.
Yeah.
In the country. They're playing Air Force tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
That's a big match.
Big, yeah.
Or big game as John Hartland gets some attention. The sophomore general geospatial.
There's the cannon, Matt. And there's the busy operators right there.
So, Brian, that was John Hartford getting some attention. Geospatial information science major. Say that 3 times as fast as you can. As we await our put-in. The wind has died down a little bit. Not that it matters that much this late in the match with under 5 minutes left.
You know, another interesting note about John is he's
John Hartland? Or John Hartford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Safari Club Young Hunter of the Year 2023. You got to love that.
You got to love that. You got to love that. I'll one-up you. Isaac Gamboa, the number 9, the scrum half.
Yes, sir.
Well, his sister is the current co-captain of the Army women's rugby team. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
That's a rugby family, Matt.
The Gamboas. And there's a kick, a good one, and it's going to trickle into touch.
Nicely done.
Was that a 50-22? No, I think it went out before the 22.
All right, let's see if the airmen can get one in here and show Army.
That was a 50-22.
Yes.
Line out to Air Force.
Seeing if the Flyboys can show something here at the end.
All right, Cody Lambert throwing it in. He's the number.
Okay, they connected.
And it worked. All right. Now Air Force looking
the
at
numbers outside. They just
well, they should. There's a man in the bin for Army. You got to take advantage of it at some point.
If they quickly come back the other way, that's been working for them. But they just don't continue the.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And where's the run support? And Army again on defense, but now the big number 1, Dallas Wright, almost breaks a tackle. Good play by the Air Force receiver to hold on to the ball there. That was a tough pass. Number 25 with the scrum cap. He's been all over the pitch for Air Force, inching his way forward.
Up.
Keeps it alive. This is where you need some patience, right? Get low, as you say, because this Army defense is low.
That was good.
Just keep doing that. Rinse and repeat. It looks like they got an advantage being played. Again, that Army defense strings out so quickly that you don't notice that they're one player down. And keep in mind, they'll have been 30 minutes short of player tonight. 30 minutes.
See, this is where the height of play is so very important. You see the defenders on West Point almost down in these 4-point stance like a defensive lineman would be.
Like a nose tackle.
Correct.
And it
how about
results,
that?
Yeah, there you go.
Air Force punches one in.
And it's number 25.
You gotta love that, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's no quitting in this Air Force team.
Gotta love that. If only we had his name. We only go up to 23 on the score sheets.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, 25. 2-5.
2-5.
2-5.
Man with the red top scrum cap.
2-5 Johnny.
So again, as a coach, man, I'm looking for those guys who are competing till the very end on that. And Air Force, there was quite a few guys that just they're not giving up. That's what rugby is all about. I don't care if the score's 80-0. You're still knocking, trying to get that last try in.
How about Maverick? Do we call him Maverick?
Yeah, I could go with Maverick.
Let's go with Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick is 25.
25. And the conversion is up, and the conversion is good.
There you go.
So as time trickles out on this match, Air Force does get some positive results, something to take home, talk about at least on the long trip. And what a great moment for number 25, Maverick.
Yeah. Old lucky number 7, right?
Yeah, why not?
5 plus 2 is 7.
Well, Brian, before we run out of time, I want to thank you and our crack crew here at West Point. The Army production team has done a stellar job, thanks to Zach, easy for me to say, and everybody else that's worked hard behind the scenes to make this thing possible.
Yeah.
And thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, as we close here too, man, I can't say enough about this facility here, West Point Military Academy. Everybody, from the minute you enter this facility, everybody's completely professional, respectful. All the staff here has been unbelievable.
Even to a Marine.
Even to a Marine.
But, Brian, you're not going to escape the task, the final task. Who's the player of the match?
It's a good question, Matt. You know, it's going to seem, cliche, but I got to go with the tight head from Army.
Oh, you're going to go with Rollins?
No.
Oh,
Dakota.
you're going with –
Yeah, I thought he had some exceptional runs.
Well, he's the hooker.
No, sorry. Did I say that?
Yeah, you –
No,
so
I
you
had
want
the wrong
Charlie
name.
Rollins.
Charlie Rollins.
Charlie Rollins.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, Charlie was just exceptional all day in the loose. He was tremendous on defense. Obviously, he was dominant in the set pieces. I just thought he set the tone for that strong forward-style rugby that Army plays.
All right, but you did tick off the Wagner family by picking Dakota Wagner live on the stream first.
But
so.
Wagner, well, you got to give Wagner credit because
right.
Wagner stayed in so long. So you could give him the Iron Man. Look at here,
All
Air
right.
Force. Wow.
Tell them they're out of time, and they're going to score tries.
Unbelievable.
Rocketing down the field for another try for Air Force is number 12. What a run by Cole Norris. Wow.
Yeah. His twin?
And he's got a twin brother that plays for Army.
How about that? There's going to be a little chop breaking on that try, Matty.
No kidding. He was like shot out of a cannon.
Correct. You know, hats off to these airmen for in the last 5 minutes the way they played.
And I want
coming in most of the match, completely being dominated, but they never gave up, Matt. They gave up a lot of mistakes today, but the one thing you can say about the Air Force team versus Army today is they did not give up. They did not.
And, Brian, I got to correct something. I was calling Cole Norris earlier. It should have been calling Will Taylor's number. I had the two of them confused. I apologize to both families. But what a try that was, and there's the conversion is up, and the conversion goes wide of the post across the face, and that's going to do it.
It's the match.
But Air Force making it respectable in the end, 43-20, goes to the Black Knights of Army. What a match they put on. They had the game pretty much out of hand at halftime and just made some substitutions. In the second half, some mass substitutions, but Air Force battled back. They battled the whole night. Credit to both programs.
Yeah. Again, not surprising to see two military teams playing each other till the final whistle like that. Obviously, West Point had the better of Air Force today, but you'll be looking. Air Force has a very strong program. They'll be back. They'll be back again next season. And also keep in mind, there's the cannon for the final cannon. And now we're doing the what's one of the greatest traditions of rugby is the handshake at the end of the match. West Point making a tunnel for their visiting team, Air Force.
Great scenes here from the Anderson Sports Complex on the campus of West Point. Just another great night of college rugby. And thanks for being part of it, folks. We are going to say goodbye to you now. Well, Fiona, get in here.